Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 2024 Glendora Chamber of Commerce Legislative Action Committee, State of Our Utilities. Tonight, we are going to try to provide some answers to questions you may have, and then allow you to ask questions to the panel of experts we will have here tonight.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Linnea Shields, Public Affairs Manager for SoCalGas here in the San Gabriel Valley. Before I get started, I grew up here locally. I live in San Dimas. I went to Walnut. I am just delighted to be back here in the communities that I serve, truly giving back where I live, work, and play. But enough about me. Let's get into what we're here for. SoCalGas.
Okay, we got to plug it in.
SoCalGas is the largest natural gas distribution utility in the United States. We service 22 million customers through 6 million meters in 500 communities. The service encompasses 24,000 miles from Visalia down to the Mexican border. This little outlet right here, that is San Diego Gas and Electric. That is not part of SoCalGas, that is under the Sempra umbrella. SoCalGas operates and maintains the largest distribution in the company, which means we maintain and operate 103 miles of pipeline. So that all sounds really cool, but what does that really mean? So as a distribution company here in California, that means we do not pull up any gas in California. We are procuring that gas from out of state, Oklahoma, Texas, other parts of the nation. We have an entire gas acquisition team that does that on our behalf. If you're ever driving to Vegas, Bakersfield, we have giant transmission pipelines that run through the desert that bring natural gas here into the LA Basin. They store it in our LA Basin in various storage fields. Aliso Canyon is probably one of our most famous ones, and then when we need it, we pull it back out to service our customers. We don't only do that in the winter. This is our most busiest time, but we also do that in the summer for electrical generation. So in the summer, sometimes we're also putting alerts out, right? Conserve your electricity. Some people always ask, why SoCalGas? And it is because of that. So we can continue to have our customers keep the lights on with that electrical generation. So it's really important to understand that dichotomy, that we are a distribution company, that we import gas from out of state. And finally, just as important, we are heavily regulated, as my partners at Edison understand. We are regulated by the California Public Utilities Commission, and we go through a general rate case every 3 to 4 years. A little bit about sustainability and the future of SoCalGas. Sustainability has and will continue to be paramount at SoCalGas. Our commitment and our mission is to build the cleanest, most innovative energy company in the United States. Back in March 2021, we announced Aspire 2045, which means we're going to be carbon neutral in our operations and delivery of energy by 2045. So what's really neat about that commitment is it's not only the trucks that our crews are driving, the facilities that we operate, but the gas molecules and the gas that we are delivering to your home is going to be a little bit greener. So let me tell you a little bit how we intend to make this commitment. Our opportunity to leverage our gas system to provide energy flexibility with storage, reliability, and resiliency. We are on track to meet this goal. We already have 5% of renewable natural gas in our system, and by 2030, we intend to have 20%. So those little cows back there, that's what they represent. We are working with dairy farmers up in the Central Valley to capture that methane and put it right back into that pipeline. So right now we have more than 5%, so what you're operating in your home is some of cow waste. So that's very interesting. Finally, our hydrogen home. We invite everybody to take a look at this home. It is centered in Downey. It is the first of its kind of its nation. It takes carbon-free gas made from renewable energy. So we have solar panels at this house. It is producing energy. We are splitting that molecule into a hydrogen molecule. We are storing that molecule blending it with natural gas and delivering it right back into our home. This is a 1,700 square foot home. It's fully operational, 24 days a week, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. What we are demonstrating here is it is our responsibility to introduce a cleaner molecule into our pipeline. That in your home, you will not have to make any retrofits. Everything that is in this home is off the shelf, and we are at a 80-20 blend with hydrogen. So that means that greener hydrogen molecule that is in those pipelines that I spoke about, that means that natural gas usage goes down. We don't have to pull so much because we introduce this cleaner molecule. This is open to the public. You can go on our website. If you are interested in learning more, please contact me and I can help schedule a tour. And finally, billing. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about billing because that is why we are here today. So I'm going to play this video. It really takes a bill and really allows you to understand the charges that contribute to your bill.
We are all looking for ways to save time, energy, and reduce expenses. Understanding your monthly SoCalGas bill will help. At the top of your bill, you'll find the account number and service address. Below that, the account summary section highlights payments received and current charges, present due date, and amount due. Under the current charges, you will find the billing period and the total therms used during this period. A therm is a unit for measuring natural gas consumption. Current charges also shows the baseline allowance of therms for your service address. This is an established amount of natural gas needed to meet the minimum basic needs of an average home. Over baseline indicates that the service address has exceeded the established amount and is billed at a higher cost per therm. The baseline allowance is determined by the California Public Utilities Commission, or CPUC, not by SoCalGas. The CPUC regulates privately owned public utilities. Under the Taxes and Fees on Gas Charges section, you will find the state regulatory per therm fee, the public purpose surcharge, and the utility user's tax, if applicable. Account credits can be found under Other Charges and Credits. Credits can be generated for a number of reasons. These can include an overpayment, transfer of a credit balance, or a CPUC annual residential climate credit. These make up the total current charges to your monthly bill. A complete list of billing terms and definitions can be found on the back of the last page of your bill. To learn more about your bill, visit SoCalGas.com. Under Pay Bill, you'll discover information about My Account and understanding your bill. For ways to reduce your natural gas consumption, select Save Money and Energy to find ways to save and energy-saving tips and tools. For more information, visit SoCalGas.com/mybill.
I'm here today with Daisy, our programs lead, and she's really here to talk about available programs. Ryan touched a little bit about our weatherization programs. We have that. We have income qualified programs. But in addition to that, we have programs for our customers that don't need to be on a collections path, that are truly here to help. We cannot always dictate the price of gas because that's dictated on markets outside of SoCalGas's control. But what SoCalGas can control is the programs and the services that we have to offer to our residents. So if you are having any trouble, even if, again, you don't need to be income qualified to qualify for some of these programs. We have a 24-month plan, level plan play, Daisy, that we just unveiled today. That you just need an active SoCalGas account and $25 past due, and we will work with you. So truly, I hope that you hear the message. Again, that we are here to help, whether it's a medical baseline, whether it's income qualified, or you just simply have hardships, because things are really, really expensive right now. Please reach out and talk to me or Daisy. And I also have the phone number in one of these slides to our call center that's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I'm proud to say that we are located right here in San Dimas. So all of our employees, when you call, it will be an employee. that's right here down the street. So,
Good evening. My name is Troy Wynn. I'm with Southern California Edison, and this is my second go around with the Glendora Chamber of Commerce. I remember many years ago, probably 8 or 9 years ago, going to a luncheon event and hearing the testimonials of people that were part of the chamber and seeing how prideful and how they love to work and live in the city of Glendora. And as I reconnected with some of the business owners here tonight, that passion hasn't changed. Hearing the energy from Ryan and then getting to speak with Bill and Joe and just hearing about all the things going on in the city, it is a great place to work and live, so thank you for having us. I'm part of a group within Edison under Small Business Outreach and Economic Development Services, so I'm going to do kind of a high flyover of the various resources and programs that we have to help business owners. And some of you here may be residents of Glendora, so some of these programs will still apply to you as a residential customer of Edison. All right, so this is an issue that utilities in general, but Edison has been experiencing with many of our customers being targeted for utility scams, where you may get a call out of the blue, whether you're a resident or a business owner, of somebody trying to defraud you and asking you to pay them via a prepaid credit card. And over the years, we've had many customers get fooled by these scammers, many of them overseas, to where they ask you to go out and buy a prepaid credit card. Do not fall for that. We would never threaten to turn you off or try to collect over the phone like that. So keep that in mind and let your friends or your business contacts know that this is something that's happening at a high occurrence and throughout all utilities, not with just Edison. A lot of our business owners are small business owners, and so what we try to do is let them know that there's a lot of online resources that can help them and that they can self-service, and meaning they can go online, view their energy usage, look at their energy bill, and a lot of the programs that are offered or talked about by people like myself and George are all online under the SCE.com banner. So some of the things here: rate analyzer tool, budget assistant. For example, if you own a business and you have a certain goal in terms of budget spending for that month, you can set it up, do some of these tools online. And then updating your contacts. So even if you're a residential customer, we would like to be able to have the most recent contact, whether it be an email or a phone number in case of an emergency. For example, we live in Southern California where there may be power outages or wildfires. So in the event that these catastrophes take place, if it's an area that's going to impact you as a customer, we would like to be able to notify you ahead of time or send out messages to let you know that these things are coming. And then, this is great. How many of you here are Edison customers? You get an Edison bill. Okay. Whether you are a business owner in a brick and mortar, and you pay a commercial Edison bill, or you're just paying a residential bill, there's a tool online called Rate Plan Comparison where you can go into this tool, type in your account number, and run an analysis, and this tool will spit out a number based on the previous 12 months of usage pattern to tell you whether you're on the best Edison rate. And I'm part of an effort within Edison where we rolled out a project, and over the past 2 years, we were able to help customers save about $8 million because they were on the wrong rate. Based on the way they were using energy, they were better served on an optional better savings rate. So whether you're a residential customer or a business, keep this in mind because this is something you can do at home online. And then I'm going to briefly touch on our EV charging program, but this graphic here is showing that this is a dated graphic from 2021, but the latest data is showing that 1 out of every 5 cars, new cars being purchased in California, is an EV, electric vehicle. So obviously you're seeing more of it on the road. And Edison really has a goal of trying to put in the infrastructure to meet the demands of all these EV cars that are coming on the road. And this is one of them here, the Rule 29 tariff program, where Edison will build out the infrastructure up to the meter at no cost to the customer, and then anybody who's interested in putting it in their business or on their property, we will work with them and the city to actually design and build out the remaining customer side infrastructure. And there is a benefit under this Rule 29, because as an EV customer, you're going to get the benefit of having that demand charge, that cost to pay for the demand, waived for the first several years of the program. And this is another variation of our transport program, and it's still an active program in that if you own a larger business where you may have fleets, Edison will actually build out that infrastructure at no cost to the customer. And I think somebody mentioned Foothill Transportation. They were involved in Edison transportation project as well. And I am a part of the Economic Development Services group, so we do work with local and state authorities to bring some of these resources and programs to you. Most notably, if you are a business owner and you qualify for the program, for the next 5 years, you would get a discount of 12% off your energy bill. So we try to attract and retain businesses here in California, and this is one of the programs that we have available to you as a small business owner. And here's some of the program eligibility. My hope is, if there's anybody that is interested in any of these programs, I will love to talk to you afterwards and exchange business cards and provide more details. And then this is the website itself. Resources for business. A lot of it will be online. You see bill pay support. Lene mentioned, there are some businesses that are struggling with paying your bill. And even residential customers, if you're experiencing those challenges, contact us. We can work on a monthly payment plan and kind of level that payment out throughout the year, so you're not seeing that large bill. We can work with you on those payment plans. And this goes back to some of the partners within our economic development group. We work with the state and the governor's office, CMC, California Manufacturing Technology Consulting, and then some of the small business development centers throughout Southern California. Again, here are some other resources that we work with that we can tie you into for consulting or financing. And lastly, my colleague George here, he represents the Energy Education Center, of which we have 2, one in Tulare and the one which is George is out of. So we have training, seminars, a lot of the technologies that we're looking to market and to help customers adapt. We have training and information on, so that if you want to learn more, you're welcome to sign up for virtual classes as well as in person, and tours as well. Right. George, you want a quick plug on that?
Quick high level. My name is George Melendez. I'm based out of the Energy Education Center here in Irwindale, and what I do is I oversee our tool lending library, where we offer over 400 tools you can borrow for free for up to 2 weeks. These tools, just to give you a high level, For example, we have an imaging thermal gun here, which can detect leaks in your home. We try to help customers to become more energy efficient. Aside from that, also our induction cooktop lending program, where you can actually borrow a cooktop and use the induction technology absolutely free for 2 weeks as well. Aside from the lending program, we also have courses here that we offer for free as well, that you can take online or in person to help you learn about anything from food service to building electrification. And also our tours, which I highly encourage if you have the opportunity to give us a visit, and we can walk you through a smart home energy experience where you see everything is electric, which can answer some of your questions as to what a heat pump water heater does and how it becomes efficient and how it helps you save money long term. Our innovation center, and of course our tool lending library. Last but not least, I also oversee our mobile education unit program. So we actually attend events and promote building electrification from disadvantaged communities to residential communities all over. So we really try to get the word out there to help each and every customer conserve energy, and at the end, most important, save money.
Does an electrician come in the library too with the tools?
No, but you'll have me with an Edison shirt, and then I can help you at least.
Can you come to the house with the?
Yeah.
And it shows how to use
Maybe off the
it?
grid.
It shows how to use it?
Yeah, so.
At the house?
Well, not at the house, but we'll go over some YouTubes, you know. Actually, a lot of these tools, primarily our customers, they all have the experience of how to utilize these tools, but there is a lot of curiosity when one has never used this, especially if they're trying to work on residential projects, you know. Well, I'm paying so much, how do I find out if I have leaks in my window, right? And we go over that, you know, a lot of high level, of course, in a very safe manner, right? So, at your house. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
And George is just down the street, so we're really close in proximity to Glendora, right?
Yes,
Irwindale.
Irwindale.
I will mention one last thing. I know our Food Technology Center is based out of where George is, and occasionally we'll have what's known as a testing of the equipment. So Andre, who's one of the project managers, will have like a test of, say, a new oven, and he may cook like 20 pounds of roast beef or something. So we could have a tour around that, right, George? Where we can have sampling.
It's actually included when you get a tour.
There you go.
In addition, you get to go to the Food Technology Center. That's my favorite part because I love to eat, you know. So, but they have a great program where they show you what they do with the technology of induction. And some of the items that a lot of restaurants use. So you will get to eat if you get to take a tour.
Yeah. So guys, I know we're running over on time, but thank you for having us. Reach out to George, myself, or Jeanette. We're here to help.
Any questions for Troy? Yeah.
Where does our electricity come from for Southern California, and what is the energy mix?
The majority of our energy is renewable.
What percentage?
So I think it also depends on the rate you choose. So some folks choose to go on a green rate, which is 100% renewable, and other folks. But we do have online, a graphic that shows our energy mix. I can share that with Joe to share with the participants today.
But how can you designate green energy to your house?
Well, you pay for Edison to purchase it. Right, so Edison purchases on the open market similar to the gas company, and so then you might not get the exact green molecules, but you're paying for Edison to purchase that amount in totality for our customers.
And how much comes from other states?
That I don't know, but you definitely can get more information on it.
Okay, thank you.
Troy, I do have a quick follow-up. A couple slides back, you said if you're a business owner or a homeowner, and we said, hey, we love our neighbors all have EVs, and we love our neighbors, and we want you to come out and set up an amazing charging station in our front yard because everybody's happy, and that's great. And then we have a blackout. Is there any backup supplies or in that system you guys are installing? Is there any sort of renewable source? For business owners turns their cars there are terms that you guys set up this amazing system, and just kidding. What's the backup for that?
Well, you know, I know that my neighbors recently installed solar, so they also have a Tesla, and so there are battery storage that you can install on the larger scale. You know, with some of these larger manufacturing, the upfront investment is going to be significant. But you know, the way we think about it is, when there is a large massive outage that's going to impact everybody, whether you are on fuel or, you know, EV charging, the pumps are not going to work either. So it's going to impact not only, you know, gas-powered engines, but EV in general. So typically, we also remind our customers that have gone EV, don't ever let it go down to 10%, because let's say there's and even if you're driving a gas engine car, right? You want to keep that tank at least 50% or more, because in the event you need to get out of the area.
Regarding with we'll start off with my name, Armando Jesus. I've been working for the city of Glendora for the past 15 years now. I'm also a resident of Glendora. I literally live 2 blocks away from here, and I love what I do. So this is the reason why I continue staying in the city. So I am in charge of our city's water conservation programs. So right now, we do have a lot of different issues that were the good and the bad that's happening. Of course, a lot of the bad stuff are coming down from the state. The state is asking, and I know they've been asking a lot from us for many years to continue reducing. They're going to continue asking us to reduce even more, especially with commercial properties. So right now, they're still in the middle of trying to create those regulations, but they're really going to be pushing down on commercial properties to reduce even more and to be more accountable for their water usage. So one of the programs or regulations that they already approved is their NFT regulation. It's called non-functional turf. Basically, any commercial, institutional, and religious or location, they have to remove all grass that's not being used at all. Any grass that's not being used for functional purposes must be removed. And they are giving some time. It's not right away. So I believe they have, the regulations are about 5 years from now. The problem is, it costs money to do that. So we are in the process of asking the state, asking for money. In the meantime, the city actually has created our own programs that can help that, and residents incentivize. Is while we wait, all that grass is still being watered. And of course, the reason why we're all in here today, because we are experiencing a rate increase this year as well. So that's going to start, I believe, in February of this year, so literally weeks from now. So all those little programs or regulations that are being asked from us, the city has created multiple programs to help alleviate some of those headaches. And so one of the programs that we've currently been running for close to a year is our free water use efficiency survey program. So we've collaborated with a local company, WaterWise. They're actually right here with us today. They're our local around Grand Avenue. So what the program entails that we will have them go through residential properties or even commercial properties. They'll walk the entire property with you, and we'll check to see what's the type of consumption that you're using. It kind of gives you tips and tricks of how or what to do. If there is any irrigation, broken sprinklers, they'll repair it. It has to be simple. Let's say it's a broken sprinkler that's shooting up in the air, they'll replace it free of charge. And they'll also install a free weather-based irrigation controller, completely free of charge as well. So that's available to anyone that's interested. The other programs that we're about to start is our commercial water use efficiency program, very similar, but this one entails just specific to commercial properties. So kind of the same thing as the residential property, but this time we are offering free toilet and urinal installation. There's certain properties that do have older toilets that are just using a little bit too much water. Again, completely free of charge, and you do not have to pay for that. Another program that we've been running, our SoCalGas Partnership. So actually, we just released a mailer this past weekend, so a lot of you who live in town probably received it. This program is a partnership with them, and they do hire a company called Synergy. So what they'll do is that they will also replace toilets and irrigation controllers. So we have multiple opportunities to get free toilets and irrigation installed. So one of the main issues that our residents in Glendora don't want to replace toilets because it's expensive. Buying the toilet is easy, but having it installed is expensive. It could be anywhere from $300 to $500 just to do that. So we're offering that program completely free of charge. And the other collaboration that we do is with Metropolitan Water District, also represented right here. The city used to have our turf mobile program. We ran it for about 2 years. Unfortunately, we did run out of funding for that. But Metropolitan Water District is still offering the same exact program, and any Glendora resident is more than willing to apply for that as well. And then going back to the non-functional turf regulation that the state is coming down for commercial properties. Right now, Metropolitan Water District is offering programs for that as well, but the city wants to do our own as well. So we are going to be offering commercial customers $4 a square foot up to $10,000 to start replacing that. So even though regulation hasn't kicked in, we want to start that sooner than later, that we can kind of get ahead of the game. We're also working with our local school government as well. So not only with Glendora Unified School District, but with Charter Oak. Obviously, they have gigantic properties. They are on that list of customers that have to comply with the state's regulations, that they have to remove any excessive grass that's not being used just for walkways, just to make things pretty. All of that has to be removed. And lastly, of course, we are working with the golf course as well. We're also going to be collaborating with them, doing a free survey of the entire property and try to see if we can connect them to right programs to try to get their water consumption down. So those are kind of the good and the bad things that are happening, but the good things is that we do have programs available to our residents. And then, some of you might have questions regarding the rate increase. Unfortunately, I do not work in the finance side of it, so I can't provide many answers for you. I'm the guy that people call when you do get high water bills. So if you do happen to get a high water bill, give us a call, we'll help you out. Yes.
Charter Oak also has not only, you said Glendora, I know San Dimas Water also covers Charter Oak.
Yeah, so we do have 3 schools within, or Charter Oak schools within the city boundaries that do receive water from the city of Glendora. So those are the ones we're really targeting. It's Glendora water customers.
Okay. The other question is, when it comes to the residential, and you said that they fix the sprinklers and all that stuff,
Mhm.
is it just a fix, or can they put new ones in?
They'll replace them as well. So it
Now,
has to be.
if there isn't one, and would you help them put one?
No, it has to be existing or something that's broken, something simple that's easily accessible. Let's say if it's a broken irrigation line that's completely busted open, that will qualify as to be simple repairs. But like a sprinkler head that's been busted, that they could do.
Okay.
Yes.
Is my front yard non-functional turf?
That it does not qualify, that rule is actually not for residential properties.
It's only for commercial.
We expect that maybe years from now for that to happen, but right now they're still kind of dealing with the current regulation with commercial properties.
Is income property considered, would that work?
Anything that's commercial, so that's just commercial property, so they're not looking at the type of so they're just looking at any grass, especially grass in the parkways that's not being used. So it's really going to be dependent on the customer to inform us. We don't use this area, especially parkways. No one could say we're having a party in the parkway right next to the sidewalk, or this gigantic area at the corner behind Walmart that's not being used. I know we don't have grass in that area. But there are several properties that, years ago, the city did require them to put it, but now the state's just saying, you don't need it, you need to take it out. But the one thing that they're asking is stop using potable water, and then you guys figure out how you're gonna remove it. So that's what we came up with, our programs to help out, because we still want our city to, we're the pride of the hills, we want our city to look beautiful and nice, presentable, and not just be a graveyard of grass. So we do want that, our residents, our customers to hopefully apply for those programs.
Hello, everybody. My name is Matt Bartlett. I am president of Glendora Welfare Association, and I have been a resident of Glendora for over 30 years. And I love Glendora. Glendora Welfare, we've been around since 1958. We started as an emergency services organization, a part of HUD, which I'm sure many of you have heard, very familiar with. We used to be funded through the community block grant programs. They, of course, have since years ago dried up, and now we are fully funded by individuals like yourself here in the community who want to help others, okay? We do have a board of representatives, or a board, and all of us are local residents, business owners. Our professions differ in many areas, counseling, social services, law enforcement. So we have a large gamut of skills in that to help our residents in need. We're an emergency services for our residents. So when we get calls from homeowners, residents, they're looking for help with their rent a lot of times. They're looking for help for their utilities. Water has been an issue in the past. Many times we get calls from residents who are having issues with their water bill. And we have a director of services who will counsel our residents and try to find out the best possible way that we can help them. We have paid homeowners rents or property owners rents and that, homeowners payments. We get people coming to us asking for help for food. Sometimes it's out of our hands in terms of what we can do. We're limited in our resources sometimes, but we have organizations like Shepherd's Pantry that we can then refer you to for additional resources in that, food and clothing and haircuts and all kinds of other great sources and services that are needed. Our school district also has resources available to them so that we're able to help our students that live here in Glendora particularly, whether it's backpacks, whether it's other additional school supplies. We've had a family that a couple years ago they lived in a trailer up on Glendora Mountain Road, and the trailer caught on fire and was destroyed. A student lost everything, her computer, everything. Through the school district, we were able to help facilitate that additional assistance and get them back on their feet. Shepherd's Pantry stepped up big time with that family as well. So there's lots of different ways we can help. We are affiliated closely with the Glendora Police Department as well. And we've been a partnership with them for many, many years, and it's worked out great. So that's Glendora Welfare in a nutshell. A lot of you probably didn't even hear about us, but we are here. We do not have a storefront or any kind of an office front, but we do have a phone number that you can call. If you know anyone, friends, family, neighbors that are having a hard time, please mention us to them. Encourage them to call. I know a lot of times I've been in positions in the past with my family where, hey, money was tight. And, that pride always makes it tough to reach out and ask for help. So just encourage your friends and your family that if they do need help, we are here to help. Everything is kept confidential. We don't share your information with anybody, and we just want to help in any way that we can. So I'll open it up to any questions.
How is it funded?
We are funded by individuals like yourself. We have a big fundraiser every year that we do, and it's individuals like yourself that come out to this fundraiser and just support the group. And they have fun at that yearly fundraiser as well. And then just general donations. Okay, we accept donations every single day of the year, and they're coming in from individuals just like yourself. It's all private people like yourself that help out. Any other questions?
Matt, when's this year's 2024? When's your guys' big event?
It's going to be the first Saturday in May,
Okay.
and we're going to be looking to do a murder mystery fundraiser event here in Bidwell Forum. That's what we're going to do.
Love
Yes, it's going to be a fun evening, dinner, and murder mystery. If you like murder mysteries and that, it's going to be a great evening. So look for that. Yeah, first weekend in May, Saturday.
So when all of you go over there to see Matt after this, no one's gonna judge you thinking you need welfare. We know you're signing up to go donate at the event, so.
Yes, and we're also always looking for volunteers. So if some of you are looking for ways to get back and give back to the community and help out, we're always looking for people like yourselves to become a part of Glendora Welfare. Just once again, we're all volunteers, and we meet once a month, every Tuesday, every third Tuesday, over at the Facial Center from 6 to 7. So if you'd like to pop in and see us in action, kind of find out even more about us and determine if, hey, I want to get involved, we'd love to have you. Stop by and see me afterwards, and can give you my card, and that way you can always hunt me down. So,
All right, thank you, Matt.
thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Joanna Harrisuna, Executive Director for Shepherd's Pantry. Shepherd's Pantry, it's here in Glendora. You may not know it, but I think some of you who drive by Arrow Highway on any Wednesday or Thursday evening probably have seen the line, as I think some of you said tonight. When I left, I think the line was almost up to Sunflower. Mind you, we are on Arrow Highway between Bonnie Coat and Sunflower. That's how great the need is. Shepherd's Pantry has been here in Glendora since officially where we are in 2006 is when we started being there. Really just because somebody noticed that their neighbors in Glendora needed some help. They were struggling with food insecurity. And so it's something really simple. And so we are Shepherd's Pantry Hope and a helping hand, because that's what we want to do. We want to let our neighbors know that we're here to help them during anything that they're going through, and that there is no shame for whatever it is you need. Why? Because emergencies happen. Because sometimes, as prepared as you may be, medical emergencies, a car repair, anything that really comes up that may cause you to come and need help. So food, of course, is the first thing, because what we say is, if you can come and get food from us, and we are alleviating that need of needing to go to the market and spend as much as all of us are spending at the market, come to us. You can come 3 times a month to receive food. And I mean entire groceries. I mean all of the essentials that any of us would want and need on a regular basis. Fresh fruits and vegetables included, hygiene items, diapers, wipes, just things that, of course, run up a lot of money for individuals to come and receive those services. We have a thrift store. We intentionally call it a thrift store, although we do not charge a cent for anything that we give out. It is all donation-based, a lot of the times new from some local businesses, from everyone in the community. We want to help in every way we can. If a person is struggling, well, we can save you some money on your groceries, we can save you some money in the clothing items that you need. Also haircuts. We have stylists that come and give out free haircuts because, let's face it, I always remember this mom, she has 4 boys. They need haircuts every couple of weeks, and boy, does that add up. But if you can save that money in some other ways, this is how we're helping our community save some of their funds and putting it towards maybe a utility bill or just towards rent, and not having to make that decision of, do I buy groceries, do I give my kids haircuts, or do I pay my bills? And so that's what really Shepherd's Pantry is about. But even more so in the last few years, we've started our Shepherd's Help Fund, going beyond food. We know that people come in for food, but there's a lot of reasons why they are coming in. So our case manager is there to really assess what is going on. How can we assist you further? Our Shepherd's Health Fund is what allows us to be able to actually pay for whatever the person may need. It is on a case-by-case basis. There's no exact amount that will help. We are able, fortunately, to help out with some significant amounts of rent. Of course, normally is several $1,000s. And so if the person comes in and is willing to work with a case manager, is willing to set some goals so that we can help them beyond this. We understand that this might be a hurdle, but it's how do we also prepare them for future hurdles that are going to come up inevitably.
So how do we budget? How do you save? How do you plan for these things in the future? And so that's where our case management comes in, because we want to make sure that we're not helping you now. Yes, we may pay this utility bill or pay this month's rent, but how are you going to be able to overcome this next month and the following month? And so that is where the Shepherd's Help Fund comes in. It is very much dependent on the generosity of our community to be able to sustain. Last year, we spent over $30,000 just on our Shepherd's Help Fund in being able to assist our local community. We have grants that we do receive, fortunately, that allow us to do some of the work, but honestly, the vast majority is through the donations of the community, of businesses, and of course, volunteers. We are very small. We have, besides our location here in Glendora, we are in Irwindale and now in El Monte. And so we have 4 nights of distribution, and we really could not do it without the support of our volunteers. So if any of you are interested in volunteering, we're always welcome to have you. And if you have any further questions or just want to come and check out Shepherd's Pantry, I'd love to give you a tour and tell you more about it, because we are here in our community trying to help people without any stigma, without any shame, and just helping them get past some difficult situations. And so I'm happy to take any questions. Feel free to stop by and grab our pamphlets.
Hello everybody, I'm with the Long Beach Community Action Partnership, and I would like to start off by providing you the promise of the Community Action. Community Action Partnership, Community Action changes people's lives, embodies a spirit of hope, improves communities, and makes America a better place to live. We care about the entire community, and we are dedicated to helping people help themselves and each other. We are a nonprofit organization. We are state funded. We currently have 3 programs available for those that are qualified. We have the Utility Assistance Program, in which we are currently paying up to $3,000 on their utility bills. This program is also designed to help our families prevent themselves from getting disconnected or reconnecting them if they're living without electricity. That program is available once a year. And the other program that we currently have available is the Lightwood program. That program will be with us until the month of March, and that is a program that is designed to help pay the water bill. The other program we have available is the weatherization program. That program is designed to help our families save energy. For example, if they currently have a broken heater, water heater, or they're living without, if they have a broken water heater, we're able to assist them immediately, or the air conditioning through the summer. These programs are designed to help those with the necessary assistance. I've actually been out here several times in the city of Glendora. I remember the exit. I'm not from the area, I'm from Orange County, but I've also visited several families that are currently living without a heater, without a water heater. So we have emergency visits as well that I've actually traveled throughout Los Angeles to help them apply for these services, to help them get reconnected, or even send our guys out there to get them their water heater reconnected, and also their heater. But we also do the caulking around the windows, provide them the energy saving appliances, in which we currently have right now, which is the possible exchange of a brand new refrigerator, washer, dryer, stove, and again, the water heater if they need it. So these are the pros that we currently have available. I'm open for any questions. Yes, sir.
With these programs, are tenants able to take advantage of it?
Oh, absolutely. For example, for the weatherization program that offers you the minor home repairs to make their home more energy efficient, owners can apply for the services and receive the services in their homes. People that are renting could apply for the services and receive their services with the permission of the owner. At this point, all owners would like the tenants to apply because if the tenants are living as low income, then the owner benefits from the services. So they will receive the services at no cost to the owners as well. These services are all free. There is no cost for any of the services that are being provided under the Long Beach Community Action Partnership.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Nothing?
And just so you know, we have these pamphlets, and on the back of these pamphlets, it does have a listing of the cities that we are currently servicing. If you know that anybody that is currently living without electricity, a broken water heater, I come across those families all the time that they've been living without a water heater for 3 months. I'm usually the one that goes out there and gets them to fill out their application and assist them with the water heater within 2 to 3 days. So this pamphlet does have information. It does have our listing with our phone number. If you haven't seen us around, you probably, the next time you see us, you probably will identify. We're the ones with the little red heart. So these guys are all over the place helping families with the weather station program. Again, the utility assistance program is a great program. We do come across a lot of bills that are up to $2,000 to $3,000, and we are able to assist them with up to that amount. Not only that, but we also get in contact with the utility companies to let them know that we're going to be assisting them, so that will stop them from getting disconnected. Any other questions? Sorry, you guys are all getting me nervous.
A water heater, they're really health and safety, so it's a benefit if somebody has these problems to call you.
Oh, absolutely. Especially right now that it's so cold, nobody wants to take a cold shower. So the we do consider a heater, an air conditioning, and a water heater an emergency. Normally, because we are servicing a lot of families, it does take some time for us to come out to you and provide you the services. But in this case, it takes 2 to 3 days. Within 2 to 3 days, we will be out there to service you. If you're without a heater, we will provide you a temporary heater for our families to use while we get that heater up and running. So within 2 to 3 days, we will be servicing you with one of those emergencies.
Any other questions? It's a phenomenal program. So it's not like, hey, in theory, this is going to be a thing. Our company has used it 15, 20 times. The first time the tenant gave us this paperwork, I thought to myself, this is not going to be good. Pain in the butt, jumping through hoops. It's not that I'm a skeptic, but I am. And so, phenomenal. They were on time. Everything was well done. I was actually really, really pleased by it. And it's a shame that it's underutilized, quite frankly.
Right.
If you're a man also like me who doesn't want all of my tax dollars going out, this is a great way to get it back into the community, right? So you might not own rental property, your primary residence might be taken care of, but you know people, right? You've got a mom and pop, they've only owned 2 or 3 rentals and that's their income, they don't have money to upgrade the facility, and so who suffers? Well, the tenant does. But what a great way to increase somebody's quality of life. You're increasing the value of the neighborhood by taking care of these things, and again, health and safety. So if you guys know people, you're thinking about it, you're not sure about what you're going to do with your own primary, this is a really good opportunity to get some stuff taken care of. So thanks for making the trip.
But there's always that question, what's the catch? There is no catch.